Welcome back everyone to my Let's Play of Final Fantasy V, the 4-job Fiesta for T&V Small Critter Rescue. Last episode we entered the barrier tower with the goal of destroying the tower. Our job to destroy the tower is to head up to the top and destroy the antenna, and King Zeza, Galuf's one friend, one of the Warriors of the Dawn, who sealed Exdeath with the crystals 30 years ago. He's in the basement. Basically, he's gonna go to the power room, shut the power off, and that'll allow us to, like I said, destroy the antenna. So we still have a lot of floors to go up, but luckily it's similar to the Warriors Tower, where we got the water crystal, where there's a lot of floors. It's very vertical, but each of the floors is pretty small, so it won't take too long to get up to the top of the tower. So there was that one chest. We've got the red dragon. There's another chest along the way that's guarded, but luckily it's by another save point, so I guess the game knew that, like, hey, these dragons that we're gonna make you fight to get this treasure, pretty tough, so we just have to do a small backtracking to get it, but not too bad. So like I said, the rooms are very small. We just have to you know, go through them and then step on the outside here. Got a few new enemies here, so got the Gravito there. They use gravity-based spells like Quarter, Demi, to take away a percentage of your hit points. So you can learn some blue magic. I think level 4 Quarter they use. So, which is if your level is divisible by 4, it hits you with the Quarter spell. But we took it out, so our characters are all level 26, I believe, so yeah, it won't affect them. So, of course, if you're a blue mage, you'd want to maybe gain a level, or gain like 2 levels, get to level 28 to pick up that spell. But look, and here we go, 6 floors, some more treasure, a lot of money, so we don't have too much to buy. The main thing we'll end up buying is those elemental rings that were hinted at in history. They were first available in history, and we were told what they did, but won't be able to buy them here. Another new enemy, Tricker enemy. Machine type enemy, so you could use lightning on them. I'm just gonna go with the good old terrain. Hope for the Gale Cut. 2 Gale Cuts takes them all out at one time. So, rather than wasting a turn to put the lightning on the sword, on Galuf's sword. Yeah, probably just taking out one out right now. But the Gale Cut finishes them off, so there we go, finished off. In 2 rounds. What won't take so long, what won't take so short, is going to be the boss of this tower. This boss is very, very tough, especially with this party composition. With other parties, it's pretty easy, but this party composition, I had the most trouble ever with it. So mainly because it's kind of a gimmicky time boss. And it gives some time magic that makes things hard for you. So if you don't have your own time mage, it can get kind of tricky. I really had to rely on a lot of luck, but luckily, like I said, there's a save point beforehand. I'm able to make a save, so it didn't matter that it took me like half an hour and like 6 tries to beat this boss. So, because the save point's right there, nearby. So, looking at the map, to the left is a treasure chest with a really good treasure, a gold hairpin. That cuts your MP use in half, so it'll be really good on whoever our white mage is. But I'm gonna make a save here real quick. I ended up fighting a red dragon at first. It wiped me out. It got like a preemptive strike on me, hit me with the thing, and before I could heal up, it hit me with another atomic ray. But I guess it's good that I lost that battle, because when I came back a second time, I got another enemy instead, the yellow dragon. So this is the other type of dragon. So probably the battle is easier than with the red dragon. It's going to take longer, which is why I'm fast forwarding it. They can use that lightning spell, but it doesn't hurt as bad as the atomic ray spell. What's really making this battle more difficult, or seemingly more difficult, you see I got 2 people knocked out, TNV and then Galuf got knocked out, is the fact that there's 2 of them. Just one of them would be so much easier than just one, you know, one red dragon. But because there's 2, pretty much guarantees that, like, almost one of them is going to use the thunder spell. You know, AI, sometimes they'll say, like, do I attack or do I use the thunder spell? Well, with 2 of them, you're getting, like, double the chance. So, you know, luckily we didn't get hit by thunder twice in a row, so we were lucky. Yeah, we got the gold hairpin, like I said, which will cut MP use in half. It's kind of weak statistically. You see, yeah, it drops our defense down by 4. So when you do the optimal equipment, it'll never really give you that gold hairpin, because it's always looking for high defense more than anything else. It doesn't take into effect that special effect of cutting the MP in half. So it's one of those items that you're gonna, like the elf cape, that you're gonna have to just equip manually after you hit the optimal setup. So we'll make our save here. Actually got a few more enemies to farm. There's 2 more enemies to farm. We're gonna grab them and then we're gonna come back and make a save, because straight ahead is where the boss is, the antenna. And here's the 2 enemies you wanted to meet. The Ziggurat there, you can learn quite a few blue magic spells off of them. The arrows, they have the old arrow spells. You also have a guard off, which removes special protections from your character. So if you have like protection from like fire, if you put the guard off, you'll lose the protection from fire. You'll notice I'm not using the terrain because many of the terrain effects, like the gale wind, I think the gust, they are both wind elemental, and the Ziggurat will he will actually gain hit points when you hit with a wind attack. So we're just concentrating on it. We charmed him there, I let him hit himself, and just having Faris there just attack with the knife. You see the magnets there, that's, he's kind of just annoying. He basically just pulls characters from the back row to the front row. Makes them easier to hit and more susceptible to damage. But, other than that, he's not as big a problem as the Ziggurat. Now that the Ziggurat is gone, we can start going back to the terrain, finishing them off. Woo, and we have cleared all the enemies in this area, other than the boss. But to clear the boss, we're going to have to employ some new tactics, because it's basically like a time battle. What happens is the boss is going to knock out one of your characters. He's going to start the round off, use a comet spell, basically should defeat one of your characters. And then he's going to slowly suck that character toward him. And then after a few rounds, that character will be removed from battle. It'll like suck them into a wormhole. So our job basically has to deal a whole bunch of damage really quickly before he knocks our characters out and just pulls them out of battle. It's annoying because one of the things that he does is he can cast slow 2 spell on your characters, which slows down their speed, makes them take less turns, and in a battle when we have to attack really, really fast and do a lot of damage, it's not good to be slowed down and have your turn speed cut in half. But also doesn't work very well for me, which took some of the made some of the attempts go wrong, was just the randomness of the dance effect and also the terrain effect. Obviously, you want sword dance. About 10 sword dances will finish this guy off. And even though like there's basically a 1 in 4 chance of the sword dance happening, it seems that I get other ones, like useless stuff like Tempting Tango, and the Mysterious Waltz, which charm and take MP away from the character more than anything. So Jitterbug Duet is okay, it does steal some hit points, but it does like 300 damage as opposed to the Sword Dance, which can do up to 2,000. So 2,000 with T and V, about 1,500 with Galuf. So Also, sometimes the game isn't really nice. This battle's gonna take a long time. I'm fast forwarding, but as you can see there, the best person we would have knocked out would have been. He keeps knocking out Galuf. I want Galuf alive because Galuf is one of our damage dealers. The best person to have knocked out would be either Lenna or Faris. Because they're not really going to do a lot of damage. Both of them will only basically deal with damage with terrain. And once again, terrain can be a problem because you want to get the Gale cut, but sometimes they just use the a different thing, the Gust or the Shockwave, and both of them basically are doing nothing to Atlas because of the boss. So you can see he's slowly pulling Faris away. There's him knock, and of course we wanted him to knock out Lenna, but he keeps going after Galuf. The only good thing about having Galuf knocked out there is that when he's knocked out and he's revived, that slow 2 spell got taken off of him, so he's back to normal. So. But now we wanted him to, of course, defeat Lenna, so the TNV can keep dancing, but he just keeps attacking TNV. And like I said, it's just a matter of getting lucky and hoping they get that sword dance. But as you can see, I'm not getting sword dance at all. Because once he sucks Lenna in, then he would just cast Comet over and over again. And he would have knocked out TNV, and that would have been a loss of the battle. But so yeah, after multiple attempts, finally got lucky enough to, like I said, too much RNG in that battle. Because you don't have like a pure damage dealer. And he has no elemental weakness, so we can't exploit anything with the magic swords from the Magic Knight. So dancing is the way to go. Once we destroy the antenna, unfortunately it causes a power back lash into the generator room. And unfortunately that traps Zeza inside. Tower is going to blow, but we have a way off. We have the Hear You, and Lenna and Faris are going to head there. Galuf, though, he wants to go try to rescue Zeza. Of course, TNV has to be like, no, we can't do that, you know? It's too dangerous. Zeza, of course, realizes it's too dangerous, too, and he tries to tell Galuf, basically, that, hey, I'll be okay, it's all right, you know, just wait for me at the sub. I'll be back. But, of course, Galuf can see through his lie. And it's like, no, you know, you're gonna die, and you basically sacrifice yourself. And Zeza basically confirms that right now. He's like, of course I knew, but there's no way I can send you. So, yeah, he's like, one of us had to go, and I'm not gonna sacrifice y'all or anybody else. So, he sacrifices himself, and he basically makes the promise, though, that he'll be back to help us again. And, it's a promise he will keep, so it's kind of like how Teller appeared at the end of Final Fantasy IV to give his energy despite Teller being dead in that game. Zeza's spirit will be back from the afterlife to help our characters when we need it. In the meantime, TNV is going to have to help Galuf off this tower by knocking him out. Otherwise, Galuf was intent on running down and getting Zeza. But he managed to knock him out, and but Galuf says we're going to head back to the sub just like Zeza commanded us, and we will wait for him there. I don't know how we're going to get to the sub. Since the sub was connected to the tower, we'd have to get to the base of the tower and then go into that hole that got to where the sub was. But somehow we get to the submarine, and more importantly, Exdeath's castle barrier is knocked down. So we can actually begin an assault on Exdeath, or castle, so we think, but it's not going to be that easy. We still got more things to do. Luckily, the sub now is basically, we're going to inherit the sub, and that sub will allow us to go to new places and do a few more things. Yeah, we can just head into the sub here. This is just a timed event. Just basically have to wait a certain amount of time until Galuf fulfills his promise to wait. So I'll change my jobs back here now, get everybody back on their feet. Once I get Galuf back in my party, I'll make him the Magic Knight again, and try to, of course, get him to master that job. And not too much. A lot of jobs are getting close to being mastered, but still a little bit of ways away for most of them. We usually, like I said, the last job level for several jobs, but those last job levels always are the ones that cost the most AP to master. So we're stuck on those jobs for a while. So Faris mentions, hey, with the sub, we can probably get to Guido's cave, which sunk underground, under the waters. If he's still alive, I mean, he'd be underwater. How could he survive underwater? Unless there's a really big air packet down there or something. Or magic or something. But we will find out. So that's our next destination. And just like the overworld map, we can bring up a map of the underwater, and it'll show different places we can go with like the blinking lights. But we've done enough for this episode, so first we're just going to head back over here, get Galuf back on his feet, get him his old class, the Magic Knight, and then we will make a save, and we'll head over to Exdeath's castle to see what the rest of Zeza's soldiers are doing now that the barrier is down. I mean, they were right here to assault Exdeath's castle, so let's see what they've done now that the barrier is down. So, and then once we do that, then we can start exploring the under the ocean, under the waves with our submarine. So we'll do that in our next episode, so take care, have a good one. Thanks for following along. Have a good day. Bye.